Captain Planet.
Nah.
Oh, it is. Captain
Yeah.
Planet. It is.
Okay,
Nice,
just
nice.
keep
Good
going.
work. Good work. Yo. Hello, team, and welcome back to another episode of the RX Debrief. I am Levi. I have Kenyon and Mo with us in studio at the moment. How are we feeling today, guys?
Yeah, pretty good.
All good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fired up.
Good. That's
Yes.
good. Yo, Kenyon. So we had a bit of a technical difficulty last week. So tell us about yourself, bro.
Right. My name is Kenyon. I'm a coach at 808 House of Training. And I'm from a little place just outside of Rotorua called Murupara, aka Muru Sparta.
Oh,
And then, a fun fact about me is once in 1 week I ate 10 loaves of bread.
10 loaves.
Yeah. So what happens when you're on the marae?
nice, bro. Nice.
Bro, I hope you want those dishes.
Yeah. Right.
And Mo, bro, tell us about you.
Oh, thanks, Levi, for the intro. I'm Wana. I'm a passionate energy that with the intent to learn something new every day. So I'm grateful enough to have a house like 808 to be alongside these guys. I'm excited to be a part of the RX Debrief because we get to have conversations with some real people about the industry and all sorts. So I'm excited to be a part of this with you guys. So yeah, that's a little bit about me. You can call me Mo, or as all the kids know, I'm Auntie Mo. So yeah.
Auntie Mo. Nice.
Yeah, and no, you now tell us about yourself, bro.
So yeah, I'm Levi. I too am a coach at 808. Been doing this for a wee while now, or being part of the fitness industry, I guess, for a wee while now. And in my spare time, I do enjoy jumping out of planes and skydiving.
Nice.
So
Is that
that's
scary?
my jam. Nah, bro, it's all good.
That is a fear of mine. Heights is a fear of mine. But I think I would actually jump out of a plane instead of bungee
I
jumping.
reckon we need to get you up there.
I reckon
we should
too.
do that one day.
Yeah.
I'd be
Just
shitting
tee it
myself
up.
if I done that.
Nah, you'll be sweet.
I'd be shitting myself. Yeah,
But
I've
yeah.
never done it before.
But yeah,
we'll get
anyways,
to it.
are we going to get into it, bro?
Yeah, so our guest today, is Andrew King from Australia, originates here in New Zealand, over there being a PT. He was big in the bodybuilding scene, and he's recently just transferred into CrossFit, so we're going to hear his side of the story. And also, he's got quite a big social media influence, so we want to see the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yeah.
Here's some stories about that. But yeah, let's welcome on Andrew King.
Yeah. Little claps, little claps, little claps. Little shake. Nice to meet you. Good work wearing the Lakers singlet. R.I.P. Kobe. Just throwing that out there. Good. The sport lost a good man, eh?
Yep.
Eh.
So if you ever noticed behind us, boom, got the Kobe workout right there.
The Mamba, 5 rounds, 20 deadlifts. Is that 25? What is it?
Oh, come
Boop.
on, Mo.
Sorry. I'm using the coaches.
25 BJs.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, are you offering? No. 41 pull-ups and 81 double unders. Anyways.
Oh, sweet.
Does that all mean something in relation to his career or something?
Yeah.
Probably. The numbers probably.
That's his
represent
numbers.
something.
We
Yeah.
should
I saw the 8 and
research that.
24 on that side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and the AMRAP, the Kobe AMRAP
pull-up.
13.
Pull-ups is his age, no?
Could
Oh,
be.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what the double is. Double unders maybe matches or something?
Probably.
be.
Something like that.
Anyways.
Yeah, let's go. So,
Points scored. As most points scored.
Yeah.
so Andrew,
Mhm.
what's your favorite Dragon Ball Z character? Who would you be?
I got Goku on my arm. So
Do you
Get
actually?
out.
Oh, look at that. What a guy.
Oh, you do too. Oh, there it is.
Dream.
There it is.
Gotta go
No.
Goku.
Yeah.
Well,
Bro, so I've noticed on your Insta, old the King Andrew.
Yeah.
The fuck's that about, bro?
Well,
Oh, big dog.
Andrew King was, well, King's my last name.
Yeah.
yeah.
Andrew King was taken. King Andrew was taken. Real Andrew King was taken. So then it became Real King Andrew. And then that just
Just
stuck.
stuck.
Oh,
So,
nice.
So everyone knows you as Real King Andrew.
yeah.
Yeah.
Real King Andrew.
I know,
now.
because when everyone was like, "Oh, who's on your next show?" and I was like, "Real King Andrew," but didn't actually know that your name was Andrew King.
Yeah, everyone thinks like.
Bro, you got a
know,
mean last name.
You're a tosser.
King is
Yeah,
such a mean
yeah.
last name.
Freaking, you're not a king,
Bit of
bro.
arrogance
Like,
coming
yeah.
through there.
Yeah. King is
You
such a
said it.
badass last name.
That's pretty good.
So tell us a bit about yourself. So just give us more info. Where are you from? Specifically.
So I'm from far out west, Bethel's Beach, growing up, where you guys did your
Yeah.
Christmas party,
Yeah.
I saw.
Just had a nice run out there.
Yeah.
Weeks back. That's
So I
good.
was there 2 days ago, jumping off the wharf and all that.
Nice.
So yeah, grew up out there my whole life. Parents still live out there, so I'm staying out there at the moment. Went to Waitek Primary, just around the corner. Went to Massey High School, which was always one of those schools where if you told somebody, they kind of gave you the second look. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
don't know what that means, but anyway.
Yeah.
And then yeah, a few years later, jumped into Max College, did the PT course, Met Canyon. That took me on to, I did a year as a PT on cruise ships.
Nice.
right.
That
That's
must have been a pretty-
epic.
Yeah,
A
that
few
was
of us
pretty
went
cool.
too.
Yeah.
I didn't, but like, I didn't.
A few of us went.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a few of us, I didn't. But no, I remember there was like 3,
There's a
4,
few
like
people
Frank.
that did it.
So
Did
wait,
Frank
you
go?
went on.
Frank didn't do
You,
it, yeah.
you like got your PT certificate and then you went on to the cruise ship to.
I was doing, yeah, PT
Who-
on there
but
as well.
I mean, who goes on holiday and gets
It's
a PT?
surprising. I mean, the gyms on the ship are better than most gyms, like on
Really?
land. Yeah,
Shit.
like they're amazing.
Right, so
Um,
where did you go? Like you must have been
yeah,
to
I
a
was
few
based.
places.
Yeah, I was based in the Caribbean. So
Whoa.
we did 7-day
pretty sick.
cruises, and like the start of every cruise, we were in Puerto Rico, which is probably one of my favorite places in the world now.
Yeah.
And then yeah, I went to, I mean, these places I didn't even know existed, but like places you probably know, like Aruba, Barbados.
Yeah.
Went to the bar where Rihanna got discovered singing, like where her career started.
Get out.
Gangster.
Yeah,
That's
that's pretty
pretty
cool.
So me.
I would have just been stoked knowing that I was in Barbados and that's where Riri's from.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then yeah, other places like these little tropical islands called Saint Martin, Saint Lucia. Like I don't even know, existed.
Some unreal spots
yeah,
though, eh?
Just
That's pretty sick,
unbelievable.
man.
Yeah.
So was it like on the what was it like? I've heard that working on the cruise ships, like the hours are
Yeah.
pretty like.
The hours suck. I think I should have been fired about 4 times. Like you had 3 warnings, and then it was like 2 verbals, a written, and then your 4th one. I got 6. And that was from so like on a sea day where you're spending the whole day at sea, you get one 1-hour break right in the middle, and so.
And
You
what are your
start-
hours?
Yeah,
Are they like
so
12
you
hours
start
a day or
at
something?
usually 6 or 7. So if you start at 6, you'll finish at 7 at night, and if
Yeah.
you start at 7, you'll finish at 8. So either way, you're working a long day, and you get one 1-hour break. And I was,
And have you got like a whole bunch of geezers just coming in and being like, oh, I want to do.
yeah, they're just mucking around on machines, and like kids start running through and stuff. So you're like pretty on
Turn
your
into a
toes the whole
PT and a
time.
daddy daycare.
And
So-
then
Did they come to you as like a PT session, or is it just your job to like man the gym?
yeah, a little bit of both. So some of them, wanted a bit of guidance on the ship and all that. We did like a few classes on there.
Yeah.
And then some people usually just left stuff everywhere as usual. So job to clean it up.
And then after the cruises, what happened after that? Where were you there?
Yeah, came back to New Zealand. And then my dad, who's been a builder his whole life, I was always kind of jumping in and out of construction.
Right.
So did that for a little bit. Worked at another gym, but just hated the vibe. So I left that and then started doing plumbing with my brother for a year. And then from there, moved to Melbourne. So where I
Nice.
am now.
Nice.
Yeah.
And
So
how's
you're a
it?
jack of all trades and a bodybuilder. And a CrossFit. Did you say?
slash.
That's what
It's
your
a bit
intro,
of,
eh?
bit of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, bit
A
of
little
everything.
bit of everything.
And you enjoying the lifestyle over there? Over in
Yeah.
Melbourne?
Nah, everyone always asks, like, when you're coming back, do you plan on moving back? And everything's going so well over there, so
Right.
there's not really any point at
Yeah.
the moment to
Yeah.
come back. So,
Yeah.
if shit hit the fan over there, then of course, this is always home. So,
Yeah.
How long you been over there for now, bro?
just over 2 years.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, nice.
Me.
Nice.
Me. What's
Sending your roots.
yeah, what was your what started your fitness journey?
Just getting into it.
Like what made you get into it? Yeah.
It was kind of just always being that skinny dude at school. Wouldn't say I was picked on at all, but like.
But you were at Massey with all the usos, so.
Yeah.
Like pretty much. Like I'm just getting straight to the point. Like
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember I went to Long Bay and playing Massey and rugby and being like, whoa.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
always
Exactly
the big
how
boys
it
out
is.
Yeah,
there.
100%.
Always the big boys.
And you
Some
would've
ones
got
who are
pushed-
like
you would've got pushed
100
by them.
kilo.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
you're playing rugby. It's just not even fair. I remember being like 70 kilos, 65 kilos or something, and then like my two mates, Livy and Peel.
Wait,
Some
you at
ones.
70 kilos? Nah,
Yeah.
Not the
bro,
big guy.
Not,
Yeah.
no.
No,
But like they
anyway.
were
I
like,
see that.
oh, one dude was 100 kilos. He's like 15 years old.
Yeah.
Like how does a 15-year-old stop?
There was
I
this,
do like
Too
that.
many pies, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so then you
Yeah, I was just that skinny kid that had the chicken legs, and I just needed to do something about it. And then one of my good mates, he was hard, and he was one of the good rugby players.
yeah.
I was one of the wannabes. And then so he was training hard. He was going to the gym already at 15, 16,
Yeah.
and he was doing like these real sort of explosive workouts. So he was like getting real good strength, growing his legs, everything, getting real strong. So I just started jumping in with him and doing his workouts, and then from there just started to slowly, I guess, get a passion for it. But
Is it because you were getting stronger?
yeah, I think that's all I focused on at first. I didn't care about how I looked. Like obviously I wanted to get bigger and all that, but it
Yeah.
was like I think quickly I found that it's a lot funner to push the heavy weights around. And what was I gonna say?
Keep going. You're rolling with it.
But yeah, I mean, I guess I developed that passion
Yeah.
more for lifting heavy
I
weights.
reckon
Yeah.
it turns into
Rather
like
than-
every teenage boy who just wants to get those beach body
Yeah.
looks, Turn
And
into
it's like
It's
results
like
are
that.
like addictive, eh? Like
Yeah, of
you
course.
like you get stronger. The next thing you're like, oh man, and then you try and you get something else that you
Yeah.
couldn't get got before, and then I think that's how.
As
kinda
a
like
schoolboy,
snowballs
did
on.
you notice the strength fast? Like you said you had skinny legs
Nah,
and so we like
Nah, it took me a while. So
Have you seen his legs now?
yeah, I know. That's why. What
Oh, you wouldn't have thought- you wouldn't have
squat
thought it.
clean or
Nah.
something? What was your squat clean that we saw the other day on the video? It was like 130 or something.
Nah, you did
It
what?
was
Like
more than that.
150
Oh
or
yeah, it was
something.
150 on a
150
squat clean, and
squat
I was
clean.
like, did you see those legs? They didn't even flinch.
but
There must have been all those trainings and extras at Massey High.
pretty much.
But go. What were you gonna say about the body?
Oh yeah, no. So we're gonna bring our producer on, Ben. He's gonna.
Oh,
come over.
producer Ben.
Producer Ben. I'm gonna bring him
What
on.
up, Ben?
Pardon my katama.
There you go. Thank
Oh,
you.
we got some.
Yeah, back
some
to the
goods.
computer.
Go back to it.
All right. So, bro. So I knew, short story, I knew this dude.
Wow.
I done PT school with this dude.
So bad.
There's me.
Yeah, that's
All right, there's him there.
sad.
Look at this fella. Hey,
'Cause look-
there's me.
Oh,
That's
oh.
him there.
Oh, bro, I can see what you're saying about that skinny guy
Yeah,
at
that
school.
was-
And like,
skinny
how
guy.
old were you? 19?
I'd have been probably 19 there.
19? Yeah, I think because I was like
Is that at
20,
PT
21.
school?
It's
Yeah.
at PT school, yeah. And, bro, is that one too many drops of super soldier serum? What happened there? Hey, it's gone there to there.
So that's, I
Fuck.
think, on the 18th, that's my 18th birthday.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my cake.
Oh, you're looking
Yeah.
at your cake. Yeah.
And then
I don't remember.
was
if
that
that's,
how much do you weigh there?
probably around 100. Yeah,
And how
Ooh,
long
look at
ago was
face.
that photo?
I think I was 24.
Not bad.
So that's like
Not
a
bad.
18 to 24, 6-year
Yeah.
progression.
Okay. I'm gonna ask the question because I saw these ages ago and I'm like, hey, what did this dude actually do? Did you jump on the juice
No.
at all? You didn't.
No,
That's all wheat bix.
that's what you said.
And cornflakes.
And cornflakes.
Yeah.
That's
Bro,
epic.
that is a
What was-
lot of wheat bix.
yeah.
So was this like part of like the PT going into like what were you
No.
doing at this point? Were you
So
just
that was
getting big?
So even when I was on the cruise ship, 2021, you could find some real skinny photos of me then as well.
Right.
And like, I don't know why anybody wanted me to PT them on the ship because I was just as skinny as that guy pretty
Yeah.
much. But then it was on the ship, I like they had a buffet for the crew 24/7. So it was like that was my time to like
eating.
just
That was
go
you.
at it.
Was that like your pre-season?
That was the big, I think, mental click for me was like, you think you're eating enough and you can't eat, you can eat more. If you're
Go tell
trying to
this guy.
bulk and you're trying to gain
He's
weight,
tell this
you
we
can
were
guy.
having that
eat more.
conversation today.
I'm
Like-
stuck. I cannot do it, eh?
Yeah.
I'll tell you after
So
this what happened. But
yeah.
so then that was like, all right, I'm missing a mass. And like my sister told me the other day when I came off the ship, she thought I was a different person because like the amount of weight I gained, and that was just
So you
eating
gain
and eating and
like,
eating
like
and eating.
so you gain a lot of this when you're on the ships.
A lot,
just,
on
just
the
eating
ship, yeah.
just buffet. Yeah.
And then coming
I
off,
suppose working like 12-hour days, nothing but eating and training.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously you got to train people, but
So you would
training
just
yourself as
eat
well.
and eat and eat.
it was just so much eating and mass gainers, like probably 1,000 extra calories just from mass gainers.
Yeah.
Would you have 1 or 2 a day?
2.
You had 2 a day.
So I'd have like 500 calories in the morning, 500 at night.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, but that was probably on, 4,000, 4,500 calories. And I think being younger, I could gain weight from that.
Yeah.
If we fast forward to 2 years ago, the bulk story then, I was on over 6,000 calories and struggling to gain weight.
Wow.
So that was,
Hey.
again, just
And
one
how
of
heavy were
those-
you? 100 and something?
The heaviest I got was 113.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big boy, eh?
113. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's some photos where I look at them and my face looks a bit swollen or
Yeah.
something, but that was like just I hated food.
Yeah.
Like you wake
Really?
up at
Wow,
5
it'd be like a
a.m.
punishment,
It's,
bro.
it's,
Like,
I know,
was,
but
yeah,
like it's crazy though. Like you look like this, but you hate food.
Yeah, well, like you wake up at 5 a.m. to eat 1,000 calories. 2 hours later, you have to eat another 1,000. Then you drink 1,000. Then you're eating another.
you're like
1,000.
force
So,
feeding
like,
all the time.
just-
You're
So you
force
gotta
Hey,
feeding.
I told-
do, you
hey, I
gotta
told
do, you
you.
gotta do all of that
It's
to
the
look
trick.
like this.
Yeah, and then I mean, instantly everyone was saying, "Oh, he's on gear, he's on roids," and like my best mate, wasn't like
Yeah.
the major.
He just knew that you were like force feeding
like
yourself.
it was. I hated it. Like I hated
So-
food.
Wow.
like you wake up, you hated it. What's the drive to keep doing it?
It was-
like, why do you want to do this?
I guess like the biggest goal for me is like I want to be a professional athlete, and like looking at the people who I look up to. One of them being Kobe was like that was his full-time job. Like he was
Yeah.
a pro athlete. He devoted his life to just waking up and training, eating, diet, everything. So I was like, if he did that, I've got to do the same thing.
Right.
So that was my big thing. And at that time, I was like, all right, bodybuilding, I want to be a professional bodybuilder. I know the avenue I want to go, I know what class, what physique I want to look like, all this, etc. And then it was just what I just had to force myself to do, I guess.
Yeah.
And it was
I've done that
Did
too,
you-
actually.
That's a
force
pretty
feeding.
pretty
Yeah.
big drive, though.
Did you think you were an athlete? Like that, like
I
you-
mean-
as you said, like you wanted to be an athlete. Did you think, okay, because I'm going to do all this, and I did all this? Are
Yeah.
you an athlete?
Well, with bodybuilding, I got to that point where the next step, when I was in Melbourne and I was bulking and training and going hard and doing shows and stuff, every coach you talk to is like, all right, the next step is jump on gear. And it was always like, oh. And then the next coach, oh, yeah, all right, time to jump on gear. And it's like, oh, yeah. Like, and I was always just so hesitant about it. Like,
Yeah.
I don't really know anything about it. Like,
Right.
people will talk to me all the time and say, they take this, this, and this, and I honestly don't have a clue what they're talking about. And they take this amount of
Just
mils
big,
of
long
this
words,
and
yeah.
all that sort of
1,000
stuff.
mils of this.
Yeah, and I'm like,
mils
I
of
don't know
that.
how to,
Yeah.
I don't know what any of that means. And then I think the fact that you have to get a needle and inject
Yeah.
yourself, that's like scary.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Everyone says, oh, yeah, I could just whack it in, and it's
Yeah.
like, I don't know. Like
Yeah,
I get
yeah, yeah.
sweaty thinking about it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
so, like I don't know if I could actually physically do it as well.
Yep.
It's
And
crazy
then-
though, because your coaches were telling you.
Yeah, even when I was.
So even when you're putting yourself through all of that, like trying to put on weight, and then you're training and that, and then still the option still, oh, you need to jump on gear. now.
Yeah.
Like,
Even when I was 22, kind of thing, littler than that guy, they were like, all right, let's jump you on some stuff.
wow.
It's like, oh, like, all right, like, I don't really think we should, but
Yeah,
Would you
yeah,
would
yeah.
you tell like your nephew or your son, like if they wanted to go down that avenue, would you be like, you're going to get told to do it anyway? So
yeah,
Like-
it's
is it a personal preference?
it's definitely a personal preference. Like I mean, I don't like needles anyway, but
Yeah.
doing it to yourself is scary.
Yeah.
But I mean, in bodybuilding especially, 99% of people are doing it. So
That's crazy.
if you're in the gym and
It's
you're
ridiculous.
looking at people, they're going to be on something.
Okay, so then do you think they're athletes? Because
Yeah,
they're all
I mean,
90% are doing it?
they're professional paid athletes.
Right.
We see all these other CrossFitters now coming out getting done for it all.
Yeah,
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
it's
I
like
mean, it's
coming
everywhere,
through
right?
now, yeah,
It's
definitely coming
everywhere.
through.
It's an interesting
the
combo.
best, Lance Armstrong and all
Yeah.
that. And you're like, you look at him, you're gonna think this guy's not on nothing.
Yeah.
But he's
He's
doing
something.
it for years. So yeah,
No, it's interesting. That's real interesting.
Right, guys.
Have we got a challenge?
The timer has gone off.
Oh, cheeky paper, scissors, rock.
So paper scissors rock, and today, if you don't know, bro, we do a challenge when the timer goes off.
All right.
You don't have to be involved. You can
That's
stay
right.
seated.
All right.
It's all
We'll
good.
spectate.
Yeah.
But today's challenge is just 20 kettlebell swings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice
Russian
and easy.
swings.
Sweet
Put it
as.
up.
Yeah, ready?
I'm not gonna
Alright.
lose.
Go rock.
Go.
Paper scissors rock. Paper scissors rock.
That.
So we just continue, and this guy does some.
Yeah, he's got. That's
bro,
his
he's just gotta
punishment.
be-
Oh, I'll go
That's
first.
his
gotta be doing
punishment.
his thing. Don't lose.
Carry on.
paper.
He's just got to earn his
Sweet
pump. He's
going.
got to earn his
Scissors
pump.
rock, bro.
Yeah. No, but I was just saying, like, it's like, would you getting up in your undies, because that's what they do, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like, did that
Just hear
talking
the
about
noise.
undies and then Kenny's in the back, big cheesy grin? No. Was that like intimidating for you?
It's. I mean, you get butterflies, like everything. You go and walk out on stage in your undies in front of thousands of people or whatever.
Yeah.
And then.
Did you
the
ever doubt the
first-
package? Like, were you ever like,
Do you know what, Mo? I was
you
just
know-
going to go into
I was like, I'm not going to wear blue today. I might wear the pink.
So the good
Makes
thing
it
was
look bigger. No.
the shorts that I wore.
Oh, you didn't go undies.
I didn't go full bodybuilding mode.
Oh, like
but
physique style.
I
So
never
you had,
did
like, the
ins- so I
booty pa-
never
you had
had
the booty pants
I had
on.
the booty shorts on. Yeah. So I never went full board short. I don't like those physiques. And so I had the little booty shorts. So they were a bit better,
Yeah.
But
Was that the old chuck a sock down there?
Yeah.
The
Or
G.
I never.
anything like that?
Nah, I think that was the last thing I was thinking about.
Go full confident.
But it was intimidating, and it was like, but it's like you've trained for the past however long to get up there, and you don't want to get up there and trip over.
Yeah.
Actually, one of them, one of the comps I did for the WBFF, there's for the fitness model round at the end, you have to do like a round wearing a suit and all that, where they give out awards and all that, and then
Oh, gee.
go up, and then I was like, oh yeah, sweet. So go up, walk to the end, come around. Then I did a moonwalk across stage, and the dude that came
in your
first,
suit?
I smacked into him on stage.
Was it
So
like
that's
awkward?
I'm like, he kind of like grabbed me and stopped me, and then, so he ended up winning it. So good on him.
Yeah, well, we're not giving
Take
it to
credit.
him. Yeah.
But
That's funny. Hey, I just want to touch on, because you do CrossFit as well. So how did you, going from bodybuilding, transfer that over to CrossFit? And what made you get into CrossFit in the first place?
yeah, well, like we were saying before about playing rugby and all that. So I've always loved, I guess, being athletic in a way, and that was probably the one thing that bodybuilding you didn't touch on at all. So you could be the biggest jack dude in the room, but do 2 burpees and you're
Yeah.
out of breath kind of thing. So I kind of started to miss the athletic side of training and the kind of the rugby days where you're performing training for something.
Yeah.
Where bodybuilding you might do 1 show a year. So
Yeah.
then it's like, is it really worth it? And then I just started missing all that, and after 1,000 bicep curls, you kind of get sick of it. So I think the first time I saw CrossFit was when I was on the cruise ship, and it was that 2014 games, the last one of Rich Froning. or
Yeah.
whatever.
Oh,
And
yeah,
he
yeah,
looked
yeah.
mean.
And he
Yeah.
looked jacked.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah.
like, I'm going to do this when I get off the ship.
Yeah, yeah.
And then for some reason, I just fell straight back into the bodybuilding thing because it's what I knew and it's what I did. So straight back
Was that
into
only because
there,
that was the
and
only form of training you knew?
yeah, pretty much.
Right.
Like I had no clue about anything. I didn't know what the hell a clean was, a snatch, nothing like that. So
Did
and
you rock
then-
in like, I can do 100 bicep curls,
and then
then
pretty much.
Yeah.
Like,
So then, what was the final decision to get you into CrossFit? So you obviously
So-
went back to bodybuilding,
Yeah,
and then what sort of changed? As it,
I guess being in Melbourne, and it's the bodybuilding side of Melbourne is a level ahead of, well, in Australia, I should say, it's just a step ahead of New Zealand. So everybody on there was on something. They were huge. They were like intimidating as hell. I guess the whole gym environment was just like you're in there to just head down and you're just doing your thing, and you got to get on the gear and you got to not look at anyone and be angry.
Yeah.
And I was like, this
That
is
sounds shit.
Yeah, this is
So how do you find the
HDI, I
different
know.
like training styles? Like going from like going to the gym solo by yourself, or maybe with one training partner, to
Yeah.
like training in a group.
So, I mean, there's still aspects of that I love. And, I did some bodybuilding stuff yesterday, and like that can be really fun. But I mean, if you can go into a CrossFit gym, your mind's left at the door kind of thing. And it's like, all right, you walk in, coach is saying to do this. All right, I'm just going to go hard as I can for an hour and then, wreck myself and then I'm out.
Yeah.
Where bodybuilding, you're thinking, you're in your head, you're getting aggressive. The dude next to you is stealing your weights, and, there's no respect in there for sure.
Yeah.
But I guess the major switch was like, if you want to be good at bodybuilding, you have to go on roids. And I was still on that fence of like the amount of times it went through my head a million times, just do it, bro, you'll be fine. And then I guess 1,000,001 times I just talked myself out of it, like the last moment kind of thing. And I was like, well, like I've got good strength I've developed. So if I just learn the gymnastic side, if I learn the sort of the cardio base of everything, learn what everything is about CrossFit, I was like, all right, I'll see how I can do it at CrossFit.
Yeah.
And then I get to use my body more.
Yeah.
So I guess that was kind of the big jump.
And did
bad
it
way to
contribute to, like, when you were only training by yourself and then the group training, were you like,
Yeah,
wow.
it's just such a, I guess, a better environment.
Yeah.
Definitely, I felt like at first, I guess everyone's got their own little cliques in the gym,
I know.
the
As it
CrossFit
is.
gym. So,
Yeah.
like my first kind of, the one I went to, so my boss that I work for, he said, like, come on to the CrossFit gym, give this a crack. So I said, sweet. And I just went with him. And it was literally like me and him, he talked to, because he'd only been there for a couple of weeks or something. So he was talking to like 2 people. I was just by myself, and like you see everyone sort of in their own little group still.
Yeah.
And I guess it takes a while. Like with everything, you got to try
Absolutely.
and mix and mingle and I guess earn your way in or something. I don't know. But
Sure.
I guess that is with every gym really.
Yeah.
But I think the first thing I noticed at 808, which was it was like written on one of the things. It was like, you know, introduce yourself to everyone or something written on the wall. And I found that it was actually really welcoming there.
Yeah.
Like I know all of you guys came up to me straight away. These other people came up and all the members in the class and all that. So that was actually really cool.
Yeah.
Where, you know, the gym I'm at now, you know, it takes a while for everyone to slowly start.
Yeah.
It's
You
like
know.
when you're just seeing a regular face, it's like, oh, I might
Yeah,
talk
yeah,
to
yeah.
them now. I've
You
seen
think
them a
that
few
they might,
times.
be those one
That's a
and
good
done,
feeling
but
that you
then-
got, though. Like, I appreciate that, because that's something going into a new environment.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's always the hardest. And then you're like, oh, do I say hello to that person?
Yeah,
or
yeah.
I'll introduce myself? Like, that's the hardest part.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you get into the workout and it's like, oh, actually, this is me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And I think now when people, like I saw new people come into our gym, like I'm the first one there to say, hey, what's up, where you from, how are you, kind of thing.
Nice.
Just because, you kind of, I guess we've all been through it, where you have that sort of intimidating first couple of days and no one's talking to you. So try and break the ice a bit.
Yeah.
That's epic.
Yeah.
Going back, so like just staying on the bodybuilding CrossFit type of combo, you were talking about the like putting on the weight for bodybuilding, and then you come to CrossFit. Don't you have you were telling me that you have to eat more?
Well, no, like, see, so like, how did you find the two, in terms of the two different training styles, like the way they impacted you in terms of your lifestyle and like nutrition-wise as well? Because they're quite different, right? Like nutrition-wise, you're trying to, be in a calorie deficit to get lean, or like, bulking or whatever. But then in CrossFit, or you're trying to eat for performance.
Yeah,
So like,
I guess that's
how did you find the difference between the two, or
that's
even how it impacted your life?
got to be one of the best things is you don't have to care about how
Eating.
you look in CrossFit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you can look however you want, and I guess it's kind of a bad thing for me is having that big like bodybuilding background in the back of my head. If I catch a mirror, I'm just like, oh, my delts look terrible.
My delts look
My
terrible.
triceps are small, like every single time, and I can't help it. It's red. Everything's flipped now. You've dropped 2,000 calories straight away. You started doing all this cardio. Your body's like, what the hell's going on? You start getting cravings. You can't have this. You can't have this. You can't have this. Where with CrossFit, like at the moment, I sit probably every day around 4,000, 4,500. I eat 90% good, and if I'm out and someone's
But
like,
you go
let's
for
go
beer
for a
in there.
burger,
Yeah.
I'll have
And it doesn't
I'll have a
bother
burger.
you.
Yeah, if
Yeah,
I go
yeah,
for a beer, I'll have a beer.
Yeah.
Where like bodybuilding, it's like, nah, man, I'm dieting, can't do that. Next 12 weeks, sorry, bro. Talk to me after 12 weeks, maybe kind of thing. But so I guess it's like my body sits around 100 kgs, fine. I'm eating 4,500, which is a lot more than most people.
Yeah.
And then
And are you happy? Like,
yeah,
you don't hate food?
Nah, I don't hate food anymore, which is good.
Yeah, that
do
is
you,
really
do you
good.
notice like a massive difference in like your physique in that? Like obviously your eating's changed quite a bit.
Yeah.
Like, are you still kind of maintaining those results that you got from bodybuilding?
I
doing
definitely,
CrossFit, or are you losing it, or?
I wouldn't say like I've lost a hell of a lot of size or muscle or anything. Like definitely from like 110 or whatever down to like 100 now is 15 kgs. I'd never thought about that. But if I get the measuring tape out again, then there's a couple centimeters gone, but whatever. But then I guess I'm kind of probably sitting 10% body fat, if not less, year round.
Yeah.
Where bodybuilding, you'd get up to 20%, and then you'd cut down to 2%,
Yeah.
and then you'd be doing these massive fluctuations. Where
How?
and then
How does one like? I couldn't. Yeah, I don't know. I couldn't think of anything worse than putting myself through that stress.
yeah.
And to be at that body percentage? Like, how does one aspire to function like that?
Yeah, it's
That's nuts, eh?
yeah, it is a weird little.
And
I
but
guess,
people were
world.
obsessed with it, and
Yeah.
it's like, I just want to understand why you're so obsessed with it. I don't like everything that you've said is like you got to the point where you were hating food,
Yeah.
and then like you weren't enjoying it, like a little bit of roid rage, even though you went on the roids.
Yeah.
But you know what I mean,
Yeah.
like.
I guess it was just that. I guess that mentality of I just wanted to be good at something. You know, I just wanted to be like great at something, and I was like, that was what I was good at. So I was like, oh, this is it. Like that's my calling. I got to do that. And then I was just gonna do whatever it took to do that until push came to shove. Get on roids. I was like, let's try something else.
Yeah.
And then
Fair enough.
What
how
was your? Oh, there you go.
How are you finding like CrossFit? Are you enjoying it? And like, it's
yeah,
all.
I mean, I've been doing it for a year and I've loved everything about it. I've never like gotten happy about a squat PB or a bench press or something, but if I hit a snatch PB or something, I go off. You know?
Yeah.
Like,
It
I don't
is,
know why, but it's so much more rewarding.
Yeah.
Like, I've got videos of me squatting like 260 and I just rack it, sit down, like, oh yeah, sweet.
Yeah.
Like bench 180, put it back, all right, cool. But then like, you know, you power snatch 100, you're like, right, you see that?
Yeah.
So I don't know why, it's just
I think that's a relatable though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You want to hit those numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's awesome when you do.
feels good.
Yeah, it's good.
I'll crack up. Well, so I'm just gonna pretty much open the floor with this one. So what's your opinion on? Do you think bodybuilders are athletes?
Or no, bodybuilders is a sport.
Bodybuilders is a sport. Do you think it's a sport? Do you think
Yeah,
they're
that's-
athletes?
It's a
And your
toughie.
opinion?
eh?
This is your
It's an
opinion.
open
This is your
discussion though. So if anyone's on the live and they want to comment on it, man, go hard.
I don't know.
Let us know what you
I
think.
guess they're athletes, but they're not athletic. And then another thing I said is like you're not typically like a sponsored bodybuilder. So you could get sponsored by, you know, like Ronaldo, he's sponsored by
Yep.
freaking everything. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
like a bodybuilder's never going to get sponsored by Nike.
Right.
You know, Matt Fraser's sponsored by Nike.
Yeah.
You know, there's not one bodybuilder that's sponsored by Nike. So they have to now go and create their little brands and then start sponsoring kind of
I
their
see.
thing. So
Yep.
that's what someone else, that was a big name in bodybuilding. I'll throw it out there.
Yeah.
So like Rob Bainey, Dana Lynn Bailey. So she was
Yep.
the first physique Olympia champ. So that's what they said. And
Yep.
that's coming from them. Like, you know, so I know you can't really make a living full time off just doing bodybuilding. You have to be working on. That's why
side
they all
things.
come out with supplements brands and they all come out with clothing and then you know they're
Yeah.
all now.
It's
trying
all
to
like
do
a
their,
marketing hack.
Yeah, their programming kind of stuff. Where
That's
I guess
interesting.
yeah, if you're doing I guess CrossFit, most of them won't make a full time living just off CrossFit unless you're like that top 1%. But I guess it branches into like with bodybuilding, you can start opening your own gym and
Yeah.
clothing and all that sort of stuff as well.
Would you
Are
rather
they
open a
athletes?
bodybuilding gym or CrossFit gym?
I've always said I wanted to have like half CrossFit,
Like a
half-
hybrid.
Yeah, so I love all the machines and all that and everything, but I love that open space.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to have both.
All right. Cool.
Do you think they're athletes?
Interesting.
I just wanted to see what
Got
you guys
him.
I don't.
Yeah.
I don't think they are. I think like I love their training because I used to train like that. I think everyone trains like that. Most
Yeah.
people do train like that.
Generally
And
how
so-
you start out.
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah. So I love the training style, and I don't think this is just my opinion. It might rattle a few feathers. I don't give a fuck though. But like it's, I don't think it's a proper sport only because there is no definitive outcome to like how you win. Right?
Yeah.
Like it's based on other people's opinions,
Yeah,
like the
yeah.
judges.
That's a
right?
pretty shit
Yeah,
way of
There's,
doing
no,
it.
that's-
there's
yeah.
no definite outcome. Whereas like rugby, if you got the highest score, you win.
Yeah.
If you're a sprinter, if you run the fastest, you win.
So then
If you're a
I'd-
weightlifter, if you lift the most, you win.
Mm.
You know, there's a definite outcome that makes you the winner.
Would you say chess players are athletes?
I'd say chess players. I reckon.
Because
I'd say
there's,
chess is a sport though.
Is
My
esports a sport?
opinion-
That's where we're going that way, are we? Is esport
But,
eh?
No, I would say.
you can't call a chess player an athlete really because it's got to be like a physical like athlete.
But
is
your
like
mind's
physical
a-
thing.
your
I don't know.
mind's
I
a
like.
muscle.
I would.
Okay, we're going deep now.
So
Bro,
like,
I
That's
would.
just my 2 cents.
I would be. You're training for something, and then you're applying it to something, right?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that.
why did you
No,
have to say
go.
chess, bro?
Yeah.
No, no.
But training for something, but not applying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Do you know what
Like,
I know
there's
it's
a difference
different
between
because
going
it's
to the gym.
aesthetic, but it's.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know. That's my opinion. What was your opinion? I'm blowing this up.
No,
Yeah.
What was your
I was
opinion?
kind of saying like in a way that the way that they train and everything, you kind of have to say that they are
Yeah.
purely because it's like who spends fucking 7 hours
Yeah.
in a gym every day
Yeah.
just pumping, like it just seems stupid. So they're actually working towards something,
Yeah.
and then there is a competition, so they are competing. So that's the same as any other athlete, right?
Yeah.
So in a way, I'm like, well, they kind of are athletes, but then I completely
But is
get-
bodybuilding a
Yeah.
sport?
completely
Yeah.
get what you're saying.
Like,
It's
yes, they're athletes,
it's not
but
a-
is bodybuilding a sport?
Like, could you take it to the Olympics?
No.
Nah.
Because who's going to judge you?
Yeah.
But if you
It's
go
all based
if
on
you
people's
go on-
judgments.
If you go on like it's just someone's opinion, right? Ice skating, bro, they jump around and do their thing,
Oh,
and
yeah,
then
that's a good
someone
point.
judges.
It's true.
That's a
It's
good
true.
point.
That's
It's
a
the
good
same
point.
thing. Is
Yeah.
ice skating a sport?
Same as like gymnastics.
Yeah.
Okay,
so
maybe
you,
too far.
yeah, it's like a
That's true.
I think we
That's
stubbed
true.
our toe on that one.
Oh, well.
let 'em
So you
Throw
got
it
us
out
with the chest.
I
Hey,
think go off.
did that timer go off?
that timer did go off, so it's time for round 2.
Kenny, don't lose again.
Are we ready?
I'm going scissors.
Here we go.
Go.
Tape, scissors, rock. Oh,
Yeah, oh.
Sucker.
There it is. Do you want to start it before? Yeah.
Yeah, let's go.
yeah, bro. I'm on it. Don't worry.
All right. Me. So, 30 kettlebell swings.
Dirty.
Bro, so something I wanted to talk to you about is more on your social media side of things as well, right? Because you got a decent following, right? What opportunities have come of that from going down that path, having a big following?
Or just looking like the
I
man.
just get random ones, to be honest.
Yeah.
I got one the other day that was like asking for just random stuff. We won't go down that one, but you get like supplements and all that sort of stuff as usual.
Yep.
One I got the other day, there was a new car sharing app that just came out in Melbourne, like around Australia. So they gave me one of their cars to use for 24 hours and free fuel and all that.
When?
It was over Christmas.
Yeah.
Hey. Oh,
Yeah.
what? Hang on, you mean here when you came
No,
back?
in
Melbourne.
Oh, Melbourne.
Yeah, so I got a Toyota 86. I looked up all the cars and stuff, and it's like a mean little sports car.
Yeah.
And I just had to drive around in that and take photos and videos and all sorts of stuff. And I got to use their car for 48 hours and free fuel card and all that. That was pretty cool.
Would you call yourself an influencer?
No, I hate that.
Cringe. eh?
Never.
No, but because you get you get paid to do these things.
Yeah.
It kind of is on the cusp of it. But like, do you think you got to where you are because you're good looking?
No, I think we said before. I think the other day when I was climbing that tree at the lake, my mate was recording me. I was just watching it like, fuck, I'm ugly. And he even said, yeah, but it's funny. So even he agreed with me. But I've had to work on the body, so you can
Yep.
look past that. No, I guess the whole fitness side has probably helped with a lot of it. So getting like supplement sponsors, and it's what I'm passionate about. So if a supplement company hits me up, then I'll try this stuff. I'm not going to necessarily promote it straight away if I don't like it. So
So you like if you don't believe in the product, you're not
yeah, I
gonna.
turn down a lot of
Yeah.
stuff.
That was going to be one of my questions because
Oh, that's
are
good
you
to
going to
know.
be one of those people who are like ethically?
Nah,
like,
I think
do you just do it?
it's
Like, oh yeah, that's money or that's free
Yeah, I
stuff,
think
or
it's
do you actually try it,
pretty
believe it?
corrupt and all that sort of sense.
Yeah.
So I've seen like certain influencers go from, one supplement company saying, oh, this is what I use and blah, blah, blah. And it's like their next post could be a completely different company. And they're talking about, how good their supplements are now. The one company I have worked with was, I was promoting their stuff like, because I liked the people.
Who
Right.
is
So,
it? Who is it?
So Dalen Bailey and Rob Bailey, they've got Run Everything.
Yeah.
And I like them
Are
as
we one
people.
of their-
So,
we're sponsored by them?
yeah. So,
That's that really big
Mean.
muscly guy and his missus is.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I know who they are. Yeah.
So I bought some of their products. I wanted to try it because I like them, and then I started, promoting it before I was like, guys, if you want to try like a mean pre-workout pump and all that, I was like, try this stuff because it's, it's working well for me. And then I think sort of a month later, then I got messages saying, do you want to work for Run Everything Labs and get promoted and get free supplements and all that? And I was like, oh hell yeah.
Yeah.
And then
That's me.
and then but then you always get stuff saying, oh yeah, we'll send you free like clothing and this and that, and you try the clothes on. If it's terrible and it looks dumb, I'm not going to be like, oh,
Yeah.
you guys get this. And
Yeah.
It's like I don't like it, and then other supplement companies and all that, and
Would they be like, oh no, you have to, or
I think
like,
I mean, some of them probably expect it, but it's again, I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I was like, you can send it if you want, but I'm not gonna I'm not guaranteeing I'm gonna.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool that you like actually tried it before. It's not like they actually came to you first.
Yeah.
You've tried it, tested
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
and then gone, yeah, this is cool, and then they've actually hit you up after that.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty cool to know that.
And then I guess that big one, taking that car out, that was pretty fun. You get like little random ones like that all the time.
Yeah.
I guess nothing really.
Yeah. Do you get paid? Do they generally, most of them, do they give you stuff more, or do they pay you like for a postal? Like
Usually
that kind
just
of thing?
like, I guess with supplements you get more product. And then since I'm like, not necessarily an influencer,
Yeah.
like I think the top people get paid
Yeah.
good money and
Yeah.
all sorts of stuff.
They
as
just
well,
rake
so,
it in.
Yeah.
What do you think about that? Like like people in the fitness industry that have made it on Insta, but they're not like actually good at what they do.
Yeah. I mean, some
Was
of them
that
look
was that a bit
look
brutal?
good.
What I just said? But honest.
It's fine.
Okay,
It's
but
honest.
yeah,
No, I mean, yeah, some of them,
like someone with like mean as abs can promote
yeah.
something that's
A sit-up
like will you?
program.
Yeah.
Those,
A sit-up
A waist
product.
trainer.
yeah,
Hey, a
those-
waist trainer.
Yeah,
This is
like,
how I got him.
I hate all those things.
Yeah.
They do
And
my
and
head
it's like it's drowning everything out,
in.
eh?
Yeah.
And it's like you like someone who's actually working hard to try and make it, that has got a good product, like you guys, that want to get it up there, but it's hard because these guys are up here.
Yeah.
They're just drowning everyone out
Yeah,
with their waist trainers or their sit-up program.
And it's, it all comes down to everyone just trying to make a buck, I guess.
Yeah.
It definitely is that.
Yeah. I know you're trying to. I know I was looking back on Facebook, and you used to hang out with. I don't know his first name. Was it Choi? Choi?
Who was
Joseph?
Joseph
Yeah,
Rakic.
yeah. I just saw that you're. I know those guys. I knew of them back in the day.
Oh,
They were
yeah.
like quite big into like sponsored and by NZ Muscle, all that kind of stuff or whatever. But like, like you went on trips with them away to Oz and stuff. Is that right?
Who are they?
Who was it?
Are they bodybuilders?
Yeah. I just felt
I
like
don't know
like
who they
hanging
are.
out with that kind of crew. Do you feel pressured to look good? Like when for Instagram,
mean,
that kind of thing.
Like hanging
Yeah,
out with all
I
those
was-
guys.
I was training with Joseph yesterday, and
Yep.
he's whatever percent body fat, but his abs are so freaking
Yeah.
blocked.
Do you
it's
compare
like
yourself?
My shirt's on.
Yeah.
Like I'm not taking that off for photos, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then so I guess you do kind of feel pressured to look
Yeah.
a certain way, which is the big thing I'm trying to get out of my head now. 'Cause
Right.
I'm trying to go into that CrossFit sense, but it's still like
Still
I
kind of.
suppose it's
Yeah,
ingrained
it's-
after years and years of
it's-
doing
yeah.
it. It's like stuck in there, isn't it?
It's that mentality though. Like, I just feel like you got to unwind all that like individual
Yeah.
mentality, and then like, how do you not feel like you're not as good as him, that your friend with the abs,
yeah.
but you are like you train just as hard,
Yeah,
but he
yeah.
just looked like, but in your head,
Heck, like if I look at myself now, I'm like, yeah, I'm freaking small. And like everyone I talk to is like, wow, you're a big dude, blah, blah. It's like, no, like I'm tiny right now.
Yeah.
And like everyone's like, what are you talking about? And it's like, I still, like if I look at the photos of when I was 110, whatever, like I remember being in that mindset saying, I'm so small, like I need to grow this. and
it's
grow
the
that
same
and grow
with
this.
girls. When
Yeah.
girls go, like I remember this, I like when girls go, I'm fat, and then you go like 5 years later and you're like, holy fuck, I was actually skinny then.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
you know what?
Yeah,
And it's exactly like that.
the same, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm still like, at the moment, I think I'm small and I guess that's why I started doing a lot more bodybuilding stuff. But
Are you happy though? Like, are you satisfied?
Yeah.
Are you satisfied you're not that 5% body fat? And because that's the ultimate goal, isn't it?
yeah.
To
I
look
mean,
that certain way and to. So then, are you
I guess-
satisfied?
Yeah, a goal of mine is to be like the most jacked CrossFitter. So
We seen a couple of them earlier today,
It's
and
called-
yeah, they're on roids, bro.
It's called intimidation factor.
yeah,
You gotta build it up so you're intimidating at
that's
comps.
the thing. Like I heard someone, they said, like if you can't, what's his name? I don't even remember. But if you can't beat Matt Fraser, you got to outmarket him.
Yeah.
And he's like handing out like stickers and books on himself and all this sort
Yeah.
of stuff.
Oh,
and, like
yeah.
signing photos of himself and then just giving them out.
He's
to
only
everyone.
just started doing that because he
So I
never did
was
that because
like-
he was always training.
Yeah, if I can't beat Matt Fraser, I got to just outswole him.
Yeah.
Yo,
That's the goal.
So are you one of those dudes that take like, I don't know, 20 photos of yourself or something
Yeah.
before you post it? Make sure you got the right one,
Yeah.
get the right angles,
Angles,
Lighting.
filters, everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bro, I'm one
and
of
then
those dudes.
hashtag no
Yeah.
filter.
Oh, I'm one of those ones. I'm one of those dudes.
Yeah.
Oh, and what do you think about, so in the fitness industry, bodybuilders or aesthetic-looking people like physique models and all that kind of stuff, they tend to be in the forefront in terms of magazines, and they get promoted as what is deemed healthy. Yet, from what you've just said, that space requires you to be like, they're in that state because they're dehydrated. Yeah. Because they're,
But everyone looks at that and goes, I want to look like that.
They eat fuck all. Like, do you think that needs to change? Do you think that needs to stop showing those kind of guys as role models?
Yeah. Then hell yeah. I mean, I know so many chicks whose hormones are just like
through the roof.
Fuck.
Yeah. Batshit crazy.
See, touching on the subject of health though, like bodybuilding ain't healthy.
Oh hell no.
And like the thing is, they put it as like it's like a healthy thing. Do you know what I mean? It's just like you need to look like this, and that's like this is the vision of health and stuff. But then when you break down like the shit they're doing to their body, that's not good for you. Eh?
Like I've seen, I guess you can look at it in both ways as well. And CrossFit, where if you're doing it competitively, it's not healthy.
Yeah.
No, but if you're doing it,
for hobbies,
health reasons, then it is. Like if you're doing bodybuilding for health, then it's fine. If you're not, if you don't want to get on stage, if you don't want to, you just want to lift weights, do some cardio, eat right, get out the gym, then that's perfect.
Yeah.
Same thing with I think it was even like Rich Froning said, like training competitively for CrossFit to go to the CrossFit Games is like
hell.
It's like it's not healthy, like because you're going to train 3-4 times a day, your body and joints, everything aches, kind of thing. But if you're doing it, once every day, every couple of days, just for health, then it's exercise.
Oh,
and
totally,
it's fine.
I agree with that. It's like you use fitness to improve your life, the quality of your life, and the longevity of it, and all that kind of thing. But if you go that far and to compete, and this is in any sports, not just CrossFit or just bodybuilding or just whatever, your joints get fucked because you're training so hard. You're like
when you become obsessed with it, it's like
becomes like when you're in that competitive environment, when you're an elite level athlete, like man, it's not healthy. Yeah, you get fucked up. Yeah.
Hey, bro. So I'm not sure what your knowledge is on like actual, like workouts, hero WODs or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But if you could only choose 3 workouts to do for the rest of your life, and you're only ever allowed to do those, what would you do?
I know Fran. You got Fran times 2 minutes 14.
Oh.
So
Bro, nobody asked for your Fran time.
I was gonna ask.
I'm glad you asked the question because my friend time.
This is what it is.
That mean, there's one.
Because then it's over fast.
Yeah.
What are the hero WODs?
It could be
any benchmark workouts.
Like, could be Kobe, mate. Who knows?
Yeah.
I guess a good test is Murph.
I was just gonna say that.
Yeah.
What would you
And
like
it's
on
because
that?
it's probably like not in my wheelhouse where it's longer and it involves running.
Yep.
That'd be a good challenge for you, though. Eh?
Yeah. So if it was sort of those, do that once every. If I can only do 3,
Yeah.
just Fran, then Murph. And
I reckon your third one should be 7 minute of burpees. Because I saw you do it the other day and it was.
It's not
wasn't the
go
best.
that
Not
way
great. 2 minutes in.
What did you think when you saw that on the whiteboard?
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah.
Like I just hate burpees and I hate running.
Yeah.
So how did you feel after that though?
It was
like, did you feel like accomplished? Like you had an accomplishment, or
yeah,
were
you
just
feel
like,
good.
This is just
and
shit,
I mean
leave
that's
me?
the thing. If I was doing it by myself, I wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
So it was like since Canyon and Abe were there counting me, it's like, well, I actually I
Have to
can't
go.
stop. Like I just have to keep
People
going.
are relying on you.
And then it's
Yeah.
like,
It's that grind.
That's my favorite part, though.
I already told the whole gym, bro, this fella front squat's 180.
Yeah.
This fella back squat's 240. No. They're expecting big things when you're doing some burpees.
yeah.
No. Are we going to go into a challenge soon, or?
Yep, we'll go into our scoreboard.
Some yarns?
Yeah, do you want to explain our scoreboard
Wow.
to us?
Actually, we should have a scoreboard, but old producer Ben
Oh,
couldn't
producer
sort his shit out
Ben.
and actually get one sorted for us.
Yep.
So we've just got it written in our minds, I guess. we'll try get that one sorted for next week, eh, Ben?
Yeah. All right. So the challenge, our guests that we bring on, we put them through a challenge. All right. And originally we have a scoreboard and we got everyone's times. Right. Here it is. Here we've been put it. And the challenge is kettlebell hold. I don't even know what
Isn't
to call
it
it.
out front?
Yeah. Hold the kettlebell, a 16-kilo kettlebell.
Oh wow.
Max effort just as long as you can. And then we're going to write down your time.
Can't drop below the shoulder.
Yep.
and you can't hold it like
Yep.
here.
While you're
So
doing that,
parallel.
I've
Mo's
got
going to
some.
fire out some questions at you.
Oh,
some
wow.
quick fire questions. All right, while you're
Right
doing
now?
that. Yep, right
Yeah,
now.
jump up.
We're
bro.
on.
There's a
Grab that
kettlebell
one,
behind
grab
you.
that on there.
I reckon you should do both kettlebells because your arms are so huge.
Yeah.
You reckon?
Mo, we've just been through this.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah.
He's at a small stage.
All
The
right, have you
viewers
got
are
your
probably thinking
timer?
otherwise.
Do our timer.
Yeah, bro, I'll get the
You
time
got
going.
chalk?
Got some chalk? Spit on your hands.
Yeah. All right.
Right, are you ready?
Yeah. So hang on. Is that the? Yeah. No. I'll just
That's all right.
Oh,
Okay.
I run out of.
3, 2,
so hold it up. I'm
1.
you.
Up we go.
Andrew,
Yeah, hold it there.
crunchy or smooth peanut butter?
Crunchy.
Muhammad Ali or Tyson?
Oh.
Oh,
Well, he can clearly, he's going to be staying there for a while if he can think that long.
yeah. Is that grip not going?
I'd say Muhammad Ali.
A lion or a wolf?
Lion. Wolf.
Oh, he's gone wolf.
Big boobies or a big ass?
Ass.
Loves the ass.
Would you rather go to the gym or sex?
Oh. Depends with who.
Mood, eh? Depends on who, eh?
Margot Robbie, Margot
What's the
Robbie.
word? Oh.
Next one.
Well, he's
Tupac
still
or
pretty well
Biggie?
here.
Tupac.
Vegeta or Goku?
Goku.
John Cena or Triple H?
John Cena.
Holden or
Oh,
Ford?
bro.
There. Done.
Oh, I stopped it a bit late, but 49 seconds,
Ford.
bro.
What did you guys
You
get
got
last
me
week?
by 2 seconds. Bastard.
You got to do another challenge.
Yeah,
bro.
I gotta do
That
it.
was good. Good work.
Yeah, bro.
Nice
Good
work,
stuff.
bro.
Awesome.
Smashed it. Well done.
All right. So that's us on the RX Debrief today. It was good catching up with Andrew King. And we'll see you guys next week.
Who we
Cheers,
got on
then.
next week?
Cheers, team.
I don't know.
We'll have to wait to find out.
Oh. Do they?
We have
Are
to
we
wait
on?
to find out.
Cheers, guys.
Cheers, team.